Pursuant to the Article 107 of the Articles of Incorporation of the company, Directors Meyer Mantelon, Barbara Alexander, Bruce Bowen, Anthony Chang, Sylvia Kreminska, Jeffrey Hall, Charles Johnston, Warren MacDonald, Claude Norfolk, Brian Porter, Herbert Thompson, and Stephen Bassiani all retired from office. Pursuant to Article 108 of the Articles of Incorporation, the directors recommended by the Board of Directors of the company for re-election are Meyer Mantelon, Barbara Alexander, Bruce Bowen, Anthony Chang, Sylvia Kreminska, Jeffrey Hall, Charles Johnston, Warren MacDonald, Claude Norfolk, Brian Porter, Herbert Thompson, and Stephen Bassiani. It is therefore being proposed that directors recommended for re-election pursuant to Article 108 be elected by a single resolution. May we please have a motion that the recommended directors be re-elected by a single resolution? Moved by? Thank you, Christopher. Seconded? Yes. Thank you. All in favor of the motion? Any opposed? Motion carried unanimously. I now ask for the moving of a motion pursuant to Article 108 that Meyer Mantelon, Barbara Alexander, Bruce Bowen, Anthony Chang, Sylvia Kreminska, Jeffrey Hall, Charles Johnston, Warren MacDonald, Claude Norfolk, Brian Porter, Herbert Thompson, and Stephen Bassiani, all retiring in accordance with Article 107 of the company, be re-elected as directors. May I have do I need a motion? Yes, I need a motion, please. Thank you. And a seconder, please. Thank you. All those in favor of the motion? Opposed, if any? The motion is carried. Got lots of pages in my binder, so bear with me. Directors' fees. It is recommended that directors be paid a fee as determined by the Board of Directors from time to time for their services, together with an amount to meet their traveling and out-of-pocket expenses when attending directors' meetings. May we therefore have a motion that directors be paid fees as determined by the Board of Directors from time to time for their services until the next annual general meeting, together with an amount equivalent to the cost of first-class air travel and hotel accommodation properly incurred when attending directors' meetings. Thank you. A seconder, please. Thank you, sir. All in favor? Against? The motion is carried. As stated in the report of the directors to members, KPMG Chartered Accountants have indicated their willingness to serve in the capacity of stockholders' auditors for the ensuing fiscal year. May I please have a motion that KPMG Chartered Accountants be and are hereby appointed auditors of the company to hold office until the next annual general meeting at a remuneration to be fixed by the directors of the company. May I have somebody move the motion, please?
I so move.
Thank you, sir. And seconded? Thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Contrary, if any? The motion is carried. And now, in terms of Mr. Crafton Miller, I believe you have a few words to say, sir.
May it please you, Mr. Chairman, if you have the opportunity to say a few words. May I first say that we wish to welcome you, give you a hearty, warm welcome to Jamaica this time, knowing that it is so practical not to be experiencing the coolness which is not.
Thank you very much.
I must also join the previous speakers who have spoke about Mr. Pitfield's surgery. I think he had done a wonderful job, was very liked by the shareholders, and we wish for him every progress in his continued working with BNS.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
And for you, sir, we wish for you a very dynamic, happy placement in your new position, not just as chairman of Scotia Group, but that you will now be coming to see us on more than one occasion sometimes, but that the weather will still be your choice, because you can now say you're coming for a little bit more business than usual. May I say, Mr. Chairman, my position is simple, clear. In 1989, on the 28th of January, I was asked to address a seminar of the executive staff and management at the Trelawney Beach Hotel. At that time, the economy was moving in a new direction, and there was a big challenge, and I said that the Bank of Nova Scotia would be the survivor of what was yet to come. 10 years later, the Deputy General Manager of the Bank of Nova Scotia telephoned me and asked me for a copy of my then speech. I said to him I had a draft. I never spoke from the speech, but if you want a copy of the draft, you can get it. He said, then how did you come to forecast what was to come in 10 years' time? I said it was simple. I'm a hard believer in what BNS was doing, and so my advice when I finished was, if you think I'm wrong, don't buy more of BNS shares. If you think I'm right, buy more BNS. Unfortunately, the meltdown came, and the Bank of Nova Scotia today, from where we are here, there is investigation going on as to the meltdown of the economy in the 90s, but the BNS is not being examined in that situation, and for that we have to say congratulations to the board and the organization. Mr. Chairman, I know that one will think I am speaking now, but I'm accustomed to speak for 6 days and introduce the situation. Today it will be only for a couple minutes, so if you'll bear with me. The integrity of a financial institution should be the main and factor in any country. We have recently, and still continuing, have collapse in the world's financial institution. We are experiencing it. And in Jamaica, we have our own problems. What I would like to say here, despite the JDX introduction, despite all the difficulties, the Bank of Nova Scotia integrity now globally has been acknowledged in all those wonderful accolades that is uttered. It is better to earn it in these times than in the better times. And the directors, the CEO, and Bank of Nova Scotia generally, under its new leadership of Mr. Boyne, who came in at a transitional period, and to face all this, the directors must be complimented for the work they have achieved. I now say that pension is important. I'm a very young man, and so when I say this, it means I have a far-reaching look. But I was not expecting, and my other shareholders, colleague, must forgive me if I say this, when the meltdown of the world's economy and the changing and the JDX I was not expecting to receive 37 cents in the dollar per share. And when I got it, I said, well, I can now grow a little older because my pension is assured. And I hope that in this meeting, we might even see something more dramatic since you have performed so well already. I have a whole bag of notes, but I won't worry that. I will see Mr. Boyd and this meeting is over at some more convenient time. But I want to say to the directors that the board will have to now address its mind together with the CEO of the changing facet of where this country is going economically. And minor, the small organization or investors have found it very difficult to come up with the necessary security from time to time. There are many eminent lawyers in Jamaica, and the board have two such who I can turn left to point out. And so I will mention the LAMP program. The LAMP, which is the Land Administration Management Program, which is the government is trying to ensure that we get registered titles that will help to boost up the security, that more small businessmen can obtain loans and the bank can be better secured rather than having bad debts accumulating and cannot recover it. For that, may I wish for the institution, this country, the world economy as a whole, everything that is good as you strive for better growth in the industry, and continue to remember your social obligations as good corporate institution. That is to say, health, education, and the cultural development. Bank of Nova Scotia is number one. I am happy to be a shareholder, and for that we thank you, thank the board, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Mr. Miller, for your very kind comments. I would say that, as I said in my remarks, we're very proud of the positioning of our bank here in Jamaica. And we've all been through a difficult period, and I can honestly say it's a tribute to Mr. Bowen and his team and the board that we've come out a stronger bank, and we look forward to the future. And I will pass on your very warm comments to Mr. Pitfield. Ms. Barbara Alexander, I believe you have a few words to say on behalf of staff. Barbara.